The Dundalk Distillery was established in 1800 by James Gillikin and Peter Goodby. Two Scotsmen, James Reid and Malcolm Brown, later became owners, and in 1813 the distillery was renamed Malcolm Brown and Company. The distillery was famous for its chimney, built in 1817 and considered the tallest in Ireland. It was 162 feet high and built to reduce the amount of time the distillery's pot still would burn. By 1885, the distillery covered 10 acres in the centre of Dundalk town and employed over 150 men. It was unique in that it used both pot stills and a patent still to make its whiskey, producing 20,000 gallons a week. Following a fire at the distillery, a 26-man fire brigade were kept on site. One of the many stories surrounding the distillery is that during this fire, the stock was taken into Distillery Lane to avoid an explosion. Some of the casks broke and locals began to drink the spillage, not realising the strength of the spirits within. In 1912, a Scottish company, DCL, bought Malcolm Brown Distillery. Having already built the Phoenix Park Distillery in Dublin, they closed Dundalk's plant for a time, before focusing on the manufacture of yeast, marketed under the name Skylark. Unfortunately, the distillery was finally closed in 1925. Carroll's, the tobacco company, used the grain stores and maltings as bonded warehousing, but when they moved out, the buildings fell into disrepair. The chimney survived until 1933, when the decision was made to pull it down. Bricks were removed from the base and replaced with timber soaked in paraffin, which would ensure the chimney collapsed in the right direction when set alight. However, the chimney fell 12 hours early, waking up the sleeping residents of Dundalk with a thunderous roar. In 1988, the granary and malting buildings were bought by Dundalk Urban District Council and restored. Today they comprise the County Museum, Dundalk Library and the local tourist office. The old architecture of these buildings is still very impressive, the original columns that supported the roof still in use at the museum. These buildings are all that remain of what was once a large, significant business thriving in the centre of town.